Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
And it was said, and it's your boy Sansa for the Conscious Mind checking in. I got another dope little episode for y'all. We about to change speeds for relationships and spiritual and all that stuff just for a quick second, because I got another video I'm about to work on too. Right now, we about doing an indigenous video, aka Black Indians. You know, I haven't made one in a long time, but it's time to dig deep and to make people really start thinking and connecting the dots and shit like that, because a lot of shit don't add up, and we about to get into it. So with that being said, Signs for the Conscious Mind, let's get into it. Let go.
Alright, so this man made this video to, I guess, mock indigenous and black people, and after watching the video, I actually just thought about something. To all the ones that call white people colonizers as an insult, y'all have to understand, to them, that ain't an insult, that's a W for them. I'm so deadass, bro. I don't even know why some of y'all waste y'all breath calling them that slur like it has any effect on them. I mean, not all of them are like that, but some of them take the colonizer insult as a W because, you know, they think of it as, oh, my race clapped your race. My race folded your race. My race taking straight W's. Yeah, that's how some of them think. But me, I'm not even tripping. As a lot of y'all know, I'm Haitian. My ancestors clapped y'all ancestors. Yeah, y'all remember 1804? But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to hop on this and clarify that the colonizer insult is not really an insult. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Doses.
Did not tell y'all they still feel connected? Did I not say that they still feel pride in that? I made 2 videos about it. And then I see this pop up on my timeline. Not because I follow that person. I follow the person who stitched it, Modern Warrior. Did I not say that they still feel pride? Did I say that? Because I did. Did I not say that they still feel connected to those colonizers? That they still take pride in their rape, their colonization, their molestation, their murder? Did I not say that? Because I believe I did. And thank you for the video proving it.
Now, for one, just get this understood. You calling them a colonizer, it's not an insult. It's actually bragging. It's like, you know they won. And it's good that you recognizing that. A lot of them feel like that. A lot of them know their history. And we be so quick to say white people don't have history or culture, but yes they do. It's just filled with war, bloodshed, famine, pessimists, you know what I'm saying? And all kind of other horrific shit. But I digress. I just wanted to post those 2 clips just to let that sink in. To let y'all know that calling them a colonizer, that shit ain't disrespectful. It ain't even an insult. Peak game. Science for the Conscious Mind. Let's go.
Hey, I know a lot of y'all is going to be mad when I say this, but listen to these facts, and I do not get mad, and y'all should not get mad. Y'all have seen some of these Caucasian people in these Indigenous Day parades, and these people that they call Indian, they come from India and these other different places. Those are not the Indians. Those people, those white people that identify as Indians, like remember when Trump said those people don't look like Indians to me? Trump was talking some real fucking shit. And I'm finna show you why. Those people literally paid to take up the identity of an Indian, just so their kids and kids and kids for generations to come can be identified and get the benefits of Indian. That's why when you see those Caucasian people, they be like, oh, I'm full-blooded Indian. My people been here. No, you're a $5 Indian. Watch this video, and you cannot do at this because it's over 3 minutes. I want you to share this video. I want you to tag as many black creators on this video now.
In the late 1800s, there was something called the Dawes Rolls, which was basically a census that made records of people's ethnic backgrounds in order to determine which Native American tribes would get certain land allotments and other benefits. After slavery, many black people were associated with some of these tribes by bloodline, through marriage, through adoption, and even servitude. And because they were associated with these tribes, many black people were entitled to some of these benefits. The government did not want blacks to get these benefits, so they created a separate freedmen's list specifically for black people. They also started to list any full-blooded Native American who had African features as black because they didn't want them getting those benefits either. At the same time, they allowed white citizens to come in and pay money under the table to be listed as part Native American.
1895 and 1896, when a lot of the whites found out the benefits that these blacks are going to be entitled to, a lot of whites went to the Dawes Commission and say, look, why don't you put my name on there? They said, but you're not an Indian. So that's what they said, well, I'll give you $5. So then the rule got around, the posse got around that for $5 that a white could put his name on the Dawes rolls and be called himself an Indian and be entitled to all these benefits, and all their children could be entitled to all these benefits forever. And so that became known as what's called a $5 Indian. And so if you go around now and check most of the Indians, the so-called Indians in America, about 90% of them are not even Indians. Those are just whites now who are passing as Indians. But they're getting all the benefits. And they're not paying any taxes, getting free college education. They put up a little reservation on the land that they don't live on. They have another home off and get all kind of benefits.
Iron Eyes Cody was another famous Native American person. He was in the media for years. In the 1970s, they used.
All you gotta do is do your research. Hell, you can type in $5 Indian on your phone, tablet, Google, whatever. You can find that shit in a book. That shit ain't no hidden knowledge, bro. Like this shit's real and it's documented. So, $5 Indians, what do they look like, you say? Like this, or whichever the shit gonna slide. This way, that way, but this is what they look like. And it's funny. This is where the white privilege come in at. Check this out.
I think it is hypocritical for people to say that I am eligible to access those programs when I need them, but because you're black, you can't. That you're only here to get those services.
The freedmen are entitled to their share of the increasing wealth of their tribes. For years, there was no money in Indian country. There finally is. Indian gaming generates $30 billion a year in revenue. That's an enormous amount. There's only 2 million Indians in America. And the tribes together generate almost $30 billion a year. The black members of those tribes have been generally excluded from those benefits. I think they deserve to share them.
So, and then this is what I be trying to get people to understand too, is that if melanated people are the first people on the face of this earth, wouldn't it make sense that the Most High would mold us and put us in every corner of the earth? He didn't create us and put us all in Africa. He spreaded us out. He spreaded us out. He said, multiply and be fruitful, and he spreaded us out. So therefore, indigenous Americans was my skin color. South Americans, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas, they was my skin colors Indigenous Aboriginal Australians, Aboriginal Europeans, Aboriginal. See, the thing about the term Aboriginal and Indigenous, you cannot start off in Africa and move somewhere and still be called indigenous. Indigenous means you were originally from that place. That means that God created you from that soil of that place. Indigenous, Aboriginal. You cannot be an immigrant and still be indigenous. It don't work like that. But, you know, I'm gonna post a couple more clips and I'm gonna wrap it up because, you know, this shit's starting to get redundant a little bit because, man, we should already know who we are. We shouldn't still be going back and forth with this, man, look. Science for the conscious mind.
I think black people were first.
What? Huh? What? We were here first. I mean, we got here pretty early. We did get here pretty early because we have to help the sun enemies.
Black people was most definitely over here in America before Christopher Columbus got here and way before slaves got over here from Africa. There are plenty of documentation and plenty of research done to prove this. There has also been a Black Native American tribe that has been here in America for a very long time and is still existing to this day in Louisiana. Plenty of documentaries that you can watch on YouTube that discusses this. This book will also give you more information about Black people and Native Americans. So before we open our mouths to say anything, let's do some research first before we just say.
Italian explorer Giovanni da Verrazzano, 1524, Maffei. The complexions of the Carolina Indians is black, not much different from that of the Ethiopians. Their hair is black and thick, and not very long, tied back behind the head like a small tail.
It had described Pocahontas' people as being indigenous black people, according to his own historical.
Darkest Indians with straighter hair.
Sitting around smoking bud, talking shit. Same thing the natives used to do.
Kiamas of Guyana, brown Negroes like Hottentot.
It enslaved pretty much everyone in Haiti. They sent about 2,000.
I'll make it very clear, I don't know where that comment comes from. Well, from your subconscious.
You ain't been enslaved that long. When I say you, I mean the people, the Native Americans from 1492 to current day, which would be us. That's not a lot of time. We're still not used to this just from spirit. It takes a long time to wash a person's heritage away. Even if you brainwash them to not know who they are. The heritage is encoded in the DNA.
Well, none of the thoughts come to me. And that wasn't by accident. It's all by design in this system constructed by colonial minds. But my tribe, we've been here since immemorial times. We were skilled wampum makers, this land's first currency. We mastered our land and even the leviathans at sea. Colonizers would come to marvel at our stock. Those natives from Moby Dick, yeah, they were straight Shinnecock. And 400 years later, here we remain, underneath the same banner with the same name and terrain, stepping on the scene in a fully beaded chain. But they've twisted being native. So let this be a ligation. We are not a race. We're 573 independent sovereign nations. But making us a race frees the feds of their treaty obligation.
I could just keep posting clips all day and let y'all connect the dots, you feel me? Because it's clear as day. It's clear as day. Well, what do they benefit for lying to us? The fuck do you mean what they benefit for lying to us? This land? Do you know our ancestors lost over 20.5 million acres of land? Got stolen? Go look up how many acres is the United States. And then find out how many acres were stolen from our ancestors. And you do the math on why they lied to us, especially us. Us being the first indigenous aborigines, because we are the first inheritors of this land. The whole point of them intermarrying and raping and intertwining their bloodline with our people so they can have some kind of ties to this land. Y'all not getting it? Why you think they came up with that law? The one drop rule. But the one drop rule was if you had the darker complexion of the blood of the indigenous Indians, you were marked colored. But the red bones and the mulatto Indians, you are considered part of the tribe. Don't believe me? Man, Andrew Jackson was a motherfucker. Who's Andrew Jackson, man? That nigga that's on that $20 bill. Yeah, he fucked everything up for me and you and the rest of our ancestors. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's a reason why they trying to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill when Andrew Jackson was the one who did all the Indian removal shit. Harriet Tubman was not an African. She was an indigenous American. Y'all better do y'all research. Science for the Conscious Mind.
Everyone was everywhere, and tribes were not defined by complexion or skin color. The earliest depictions of Americans, you see brown-skinned people, or what they called swarty or copper-colored or mahogany colored. They went by several names, but the denying of them on this continent is absurd when all of the evidence shows otherwise. We were here too, alongside of other tribes.
Enemy that an Indian can have is another Indian. Think about that. The same with black people. The worst enemy that black people have had has been another black person. The bourgeoisie Oreo cookies. When Andrew Jackson decided that he wanted that land in the southeastern part of the United States for white people, there had already been peaceful treaties and peaceful coexistence between Indians and whites. But when he saw that there was a way to make money, a profit, he decided that he was going to round up all of the 6 they call civilized tribes, like no other tribes were civilized, and moved them out west.
That's about wrap it up for this episode of Black Indian Saga. One of maybe 5. We're going to see how it go, because I got a lot of clips I didn't put in here. But this is just the tip of the iceberg of how deep we getting and shit like that. And it's a lot of people waking up. It's a lot of people doing the research. It's a lot of people believing their grandmothers and great-grandmothers and shit like that. You feel me? And just because we saying that we're not African, we indigenous Americans, that is not to disrespect any of our African brothers and sisters. That's just letting everybody know what tribe and what part of the region and country and bloodline that we from. We still related, we still cousins, we still inside this same struggle and shit like that. But we just letting y'all know, not all black people come from Africa. And we need to break that narrow mind of thinking, because the person that put it in y'all mind was a fucking racist or white supremacy. Charles Darwin and all of them motherfuckers. And then you had Jesse Jackson supporting the shit. Man, y'all niggas better stop listening to these politicians and shit. They gonna get you fucked up back into the damn plantation field again, following these folks, man. Hey, Science for the Conscious Mind, man. I know I'm indigenous. Tiano Erwick. You feel me? Blackfoot with some Gullah Geechee sprinkled in there. You dig? Science for the Conscious Mind. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload and post. You feel me? And with that being said, vibrate high, peace, prosperity, abundance, gratefulness, gratitude. Vibrate high on love, caring, and nurturing. We need more nurturing in the world, you feel me? Vibe higher than your root chakra. Open up your heart chakra and detox your crown chakra and get all the information and intuition from the higher power of your higher self in the universe. Science for the Conscious Mind, I'm out.
3, 2, 1.